We've talked about this graphic, which shows us a progression of understanding that leads from data and information to knowledge and wisdom. And we've talked about the fact that low-level, low-value work is what you're working on when you're working with data and information. The higher level and more valuable work is when you're using knowledge and wisdom. And this work is also more enjoyable to do. And we've also talked about the 5 ways to organize data and information, which you need to know in order to avoid confusion when you deal with data and information. Because remember, the goal is to spend more time doing knowledge work, working closely with clients, giving them good advice, which is what they value most. And yet, if you're like most lawyers, you experience a lot of frustration trying to do more knowledge work. Even though computers are supposed to make life easier, technology seems to get in our way more than it should. Why is that? What's the disconnect that keeps us from being more productive and doing more knowledge work? Well, things become clearer once you understand that in today's modern world, you're actually working in what we can call a knowledge factory, which is to say, the value you create when you do your work comes from ideas that get developed and then, once they're fully refined, are made available to others in a way that you can earn money from. This is a basic knowledge factory in our modern information age. For lawyers, the knowledge factory in general looks more like this. We deal with laws, which are data, that we can evaluate in order to become informed about their possible applicability to a given situation. But the higher value comes when we use our knowledge, gained through experience, to provide clients who pay us for our advice based on that knowledge. So that's a simple way of looking at the knowledge factory, but when we see things in that simple way, it makes it harder for us to see how the problems arise. Why is it that we get so frustrated in trying to do our knowledge work? Well, in the next lesson, I'll explain how the problems arise. Mainly it has to do with the differences in traditional factories that were prevalent in the industrial age and the knowledge factories that are the hallmark of our current information age. Now, if you want to learn more about what I covered in this video, download my free guide entitled A Basic Guide to Working Smarter. It's a short PDF that will help you understand how to use technology better to make your practice more enjoyable and easier to manage. And in case you're wondering who I am, my name is Ernie Svendsen, and I'm a New Orleans lawyer who spent 20 years in a big firm, started hating it until I started using technology, which allowed me to create a solo practice that was profitable, enjoyable, and super easy to manage. I started showing my fellow lawyers how to do this, which led to me being invited to speak to lawyer groups around the country, where I appeared on podcasts, wrote some books, and even earned a few awards. Over the past decade, I have helped hundreds of lawyers all around the country, and even some in foreign countries. And if you're ready, I'd love to help you too. Just visit my LawFirm Autopilot webpage and you can read more about what I do and get access to some valuable free resources. I hope you do. And if you do, I look forward to helping you in whatever way I can.